All right, today's video is about how to start your podcast interview strong. A strong first impression will set the tone for the rest of the interview. So let's nail it. Right off the bat, I need you to be thinking about this interview as if you were hosting a dinner party. This isn't a job interview or something like that. This is a dinner party where somebody is coming over to your house, whether that's real or not, whether you're in a digital Zoom room or you're going to somebody's office or you are hosting, it doesn't matter. I want you to have the mindset of a dinner host. You get somewhere or whatever, the moment you two meet is when the dinner party starts. And you are now the host. You're the podcast host, you're the dinner host. The dinner is the interview, but so much happens before the dinner. You take their coats, you get them a drink, you have some appetizers, whatever. You do all this. It's the same analogy with the podcast interview. You need to be building relationship from the moment you two encounter each other. Now, the mindset you should have is a calm confidence. And what I see as a common mistake is two different ditches. One is this overly energetic type energy where it comes across as you want to be enthusiastic, but it's hard to connect with. And it can even come across as frantic or nervous or just jittery. And it's just a little harder for the person to connect with. You think you're complimenting them in a way, but it's not. It's just harder to connect with. So I've done it, and that's why I can speak from experience. I know exactly. I've done it myself, and I've had people do it to me, and so it's just real. The other ditch is being too chill, too laid back, too casual. You want to show respect. You want to show you're really grateful and you honor this person and you're thankful for their time. So if you come across too chilled, too laid back, you're lazy, you come across disrespectful and not very intentional. So you don't want to be too chill. That's hard to connect with too. These are probably people that are doing significant things in the world and their time is valuable. So you want to come with a sharpness, but a friendliness. And I call this a calm confidence. It's the fact that you are here for a purpose. You are here with intention, but you're not here to rush. You're here to have a good time and build a relationship. But make no mistake about it. This is a performance in some ways. Not in a bad way where you're not connecting with the person, but you are out on the playing field and you want to perform well. You want to have a good game, basically. And that's a performance. So from an internal emotional standpoint, you want to connect and you want to be relational. You don't want to be acting. You don't want to be faking anything. But so that's why some people will say performance is a bad thing. But I just want you to think of performance as this is an opportunity to do something. Whether you dislike it or you hate it, it doesn't matter. Small talk is necessary. Small talk just kind of starts lubricating the conversation. It's just natural. And what separates great conversationalists from beginners is how long they spend in the small talk. Some people have these small talk questions that they just do an initial read on the person and they'll throw out a small talk question and it will hit them in a way where they feel seen right off the bat and it just opens them up. An example of this is Chris Voss, a negotiator, Never Split the Difference, author of that book. He says, I just look at somebody and I just kind of assess them. I just take them in my mind. I just look at them for a second and I do a read on where they're at emotionally. And I'll just label them. So I'll be like, I'll look at somebody and if it looks like they're having a tough day, I'll just say, tough day? And then they feel seen and then they open up. Or on the opposite end of the spectrum, it's if they're like really happy and energetic, it's like, man, looks like you're having a great day, or something like that, So it's a small talk question that can lead to what they're feeling in the moment, and that's an important concept. It's a concept in copywriting where it's picking up the conversation where they are in their head, and that's the same here with the podcast interview. You want to just kind of come up and meet them where they are. It's that you want to run pace for pace with them. So small talk, it's necessary, but move through it fast and just build rapport fast. And that is a skill that takes time. And fast doesn't mean you have to hurry through it, but just don't spend too much time with the small talk. Once you get to the interview portion, here's how I like to frame up the conversation. I'll say, hey, I saw you X somewhere. I don't know. I read your book. I saw you on a podcast. I don't know, watched a video of yours. I really respected it. I really respected what you had to say. It made me think, whatever, compliment them. And specifically, I liked your take on geopolitical, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Insert whatever it is that that you liked. And I'm excited to talk to you today about this. Insert Z. So, hey, I saw you on X. I really liked Y. I'm excited to talk to you today about Z. And so now they know the intention. They see the vision. When you share the vision, they can become bought in with the direction of the show, and they will now co-create with you. After I lay that out, I always give these two questions. What would make this a great podcast for you? And they might say, I just want to serve your audience. I just want to, whatever it is they say. And the second question, if they don't cover it in the first, I say, is there anything top of mind that you want to cover today? And typically, I'd say 50% people will have something. They'll be like, oh yeah, I'm really excited about this new book. Or I've been thinking a lot about AI and how this is going to affect our industry. I want to talk about that. More often than not, people will have something that they've been marinating on. So it's a great question to just kind of get them excited and make sure that they're happy with where the conversation goes. And so I'll just write that down and I'll glance at it. And when it's appropriate, I'll work it into the conversation. The first question is really important. And the first question is something that you can play around with depending on your interview style. There's people like Chris Williamson there's no intro to the podcast at all. There's nothing. It's, hey, welcome to the show. Boom, question. And I like that. I like that a lot because as a listener, it's like, okay, we're just getting right to it. Like, this is value. Now, Chris has probably had a long conversation with the guest prior to recording, so he's already built up that comfort and relationship. But if you haven't, then you might need to have an easier question. And an easier question would be, how'd you get into the industry? Where did it start? I like to go high level because you have so many different places to go then. If you go high level, if you go too specific, you're kind of boxed in. But if you go high level, you take whatever answer they have and then you can chart your path forward. You want to earn your ability to go deeper. And so this video is all about how to start on the right foot, but you start these questions in the beginning, higher level, some reflective listening, and eventually the person feels heard. And then when you slowly transition to harder questions, it's just it's a frog in the boiling water. They're ready to go there with you because they trust you and they know that that you're there, that you're present. But if you try to go there too quickly, you haven't earned that trust. So start strong so you can go deep later. That's what I got for this video. Let me know what you think, and we'll rock and roll.